All right. You know where that comes from. Are you making around $75,000? And if you are, do you believe that you have enough money coming in to grow significant wealth? I mean, real wealth. Maybe yes, maybe no. But by the end of this video, I'm positive that you're going to change your mind because you can build significant wealth, even only making $75,000 or making as much as $75,000. See, it's all perception. You might think $75,000 is a lot, or you might think it's not enough. It doesn't matter what side of that perspection curve you're on. But if you keep watching this, I'm going to show you step by step a strategy that will help you make the best moves and the best investments to help grow any amount of income. And that doesn't matter whether you think 75 is a lot or not enough. The first thing we got to get down to is simple laws of wealth. So I say this all the time. The very first thing is we need to change where your money goes first. We got to follow the first law of wealth, which is you must keep 10% of the money you make. So $75,000. What's 10% of that, folks? $7,500. Are you saving $7,500? Where's that money going? Add it up. Because if you're not, we got to figure that out. But if you are, let's change where that money goes first. And I always say this, I got a lot of solutions as to where that money should go, but let's just keep it simple. Go to your bank and open up a new checking account. Don't get a debit card and don't get any checks, just a new checking account. Matter of fact, do it at a different bank than the one that you're used to going to, because we want to kind of keep this money segregated. We want to keep it out of your, well, you are your worst enemy, out of your reach. So we need to save 10%. This is a rule. So that's $7,500. Have that money going over to this new account. Set up a transfer, set up a bill pay, whatever it takes, however you want to do it. For me, I love bill pays. I get a check in the mail every month. I just endorse it and I put it in whatever account I want. It's fun. It keeps me accountable. You might have a different way. You just like that automatic stuff? Great. Automatically sweep it. Figure out what it is monthly. Figure out what it is weekly. Figure out what it is a day. Some people literally need to get granular and break it down per day. And then you don't miss much of it, right? Maybe per day, I don't know what that works out to be, but maybe it's $10 or $20 a day. Sweep that over to that account. It's all still your money, but we're trying to get it out so that it just doesn't get blown. Now, some of you watching this, you're like, oh, guess I can't watch this video. I can't save $7,500. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I'm broke. Guess what? Got some good news for you. There's a lot of people out there looking for someone like you. They're looking for someone like you to work for them. And you know what? Maybe getting a second job isn't a bad idea, because if you're living paycheck to paycheck, well, to save that first 10% to make your life better in the future, you're going to have to put in the hard work. Hey, I never said the truth wasn't going to hurt. Got to get a second job. Got to get a side hustle. Got to go out and shovel some driveways, mow some lawns, whatever it is to make that 10%. It's only $7,500 a year. That's the rule. You got to do it. And once you start saving that 10%, what we're going to do next is we're going to start building wealth. But we're going to build wealth through your own debts and expenses. Let me explain this. Most of you probably have some debts, right? Credit cards, car loan, you got a boat loan at $75,000. Maybe you got a boat, maybe you don't. You got some debts. And every single month you make a payment to someone else's bank, right? Now remember, the first one you're going to save 10%. That's $7,500. So what I want you to do is I want you to put all your debts in order. Okay, just start with the lowest balance. I don't care what it is. Maybe it's a small little credit card, $1,000, and move it all the way down the line. Every debt, just lowest to highest. That's all you're going to do. Lowest balance to highest balance. Put them in order right now. Now what we're going to do is after the first year of saving 10% or whatever it takes, whenever you get to the amount, I want you to pay off the first credit card. Remember I said that was $1,000? Great. You pay that credit card off. Now let's just say that $1,000 credit card that you just paid off out of the 10% that you were saving. Let's just say that credit card you just paid off, that was $1,000. Let's say that you were paying them $100 a month. That was your monthly payment on that. You were trying to knock it down. And they were charging 20% interest. Once we pay it off, we're not going to just stop there. What we're going to do is we're going to take that $100 that you used to give to them, and we're going to continue to make that $100 payment. But we're going to make it to that segregated bank account. And we're going to continue going down the line. As you keep saving, we're going to figure out what's the next balance. $3,000. Great. From your 10% and the $100 that you were saving from the first one, when we get enough to pay that $3,000 credit card off, we pay it off. Now, let's just say that $3,000 credit card, you were making $200 monthly payments to try to knock that thing down. We're going to continue making that $200 payment, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to pay it to ourselves. And we're going to keep going down the line like that, but let's just stop there and recount what we're doing. The first thing we did is we started to save 10% of what we make, which is $7,500. But we changed where that money was going to go first. We put it into a segregated bank account. And then we started paying off debts because we wanted to build wealth through our own debts and expenses. And as we paid off debts, we made payments back to our segregated account, of which now, based on those two debts we paid off, we have $300 a month. That's $300 a month plus the money that you're saving from the 10% rule. Now you've got some horsepower. See, it's all starting to compound. And this $300 includes interest and principal because you were given interest and principal back to the credit cards, were you not? You were trying to pay them off. So now as this builds in that segregated account and as the savings comes in from the 10% rule, we're going to be able to start really snowballing those debts. We're going to be able to really steamroll through them. We call it the money multiplier method, but you can call it whatever you want. This, to me, is where you begin to be the bank. Because prior to you learning those couple things that I just told you, you always paid money to somebody else's bank. This is the first time for many of you that now you're being the bank. Because instead of paying those credit cards a monthly payment, you're paying your bank that monthly payment, which means you're recycling and recapturing all the money you used to give away. And as you keep doing that, you pay the car off. Okay, and you make the car payment back to yourself. You pay the boat off. You make the boat payment back to yourself. Before long, folks, you got a whole bunch of money every single month coming back into your segregated account. You are effectively starting the process of thinking like a bank. You're being the bank. And I can help you go much further with this and really expand on this, because now instead of using a bank account like that segregated account, I can show you where to put that money, where that money can earn uninterrupted compound interest at a much higher interest rate and get paid dividends and have that money grow in a tax-free environment and I can get way better and way more granular with that. Let's just pause for a second. Let's keep going. So now you're being the bank. Well, now let's change the way you buy your cars. Since we just went over this, in time, that car you just paid off that you're making monthly payments back to your segregated account, that car is going to get old. You're going to need repairs. And eventually you're going to say, I just need to get myself a new car, right? We all like new cars. So what we're going to do though is we're not going to finance that new car with somebody else's bank. What we're going to do is we're going to finance that with our bank. That's right. When you save up enough money from all that recaptured money plus the 10% that you're saving, what we're going to do is we're going to take that money and we're going to go buy ourselves a new car. But you're not going to buy a car above and beyond the amount you saved. Only a car that fits the budget of how much you've saved. So we're going to go buy that car. Now, you got a new car, maybe a new used car, whatever it is. You got the car, but now you got no money in that segregated account and you're like kind of sad about that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to figure out how much that new car you just bought would have cost if you finance it. Let me kind of tell you a story real quick. Let me tell you how I figured this out. So back many years ago, before Vivi, my daughter, was born, I got my wife a push gift. Now you guys might kind of think this is a bit much, but it was my first child, so I thought this was a really cool thing. My wife, Larissa, needed a car, and she loved Porsches. So we're in the Porsche dealership, and we're looking at different vehicles. We're looking at Volvos because they're safe. We're looking at Range Rovers, garbage. And then we're looking at Porsches. And the guy tells us, hey, we just got this trade-in. It's a Porsche Cayenne Hybrid S. And I'm like, ooh, what color? Black. I'm like, score. So I went out there and I looked at it, and I'm like, this thing's badass. And I'm nervous. How much is it going to be? So we begin the negotiation process. Now remember, I'm the bank. I want you to remember that. I'm doing what I just told you to do. So we're looking at all the stuff and we're negotiating back and forth. And he's saying, all right, this is how much the car is. I said, is there any room to move? No, we just got it in. We're going to sell this car quick. Great. Let's see how much the financing would be. Back and forth to the finance manager, back and forth. They'd get the piece of paper. They slide it over to me. I'd look at the monthly payment. I'd be like, no, you guys could do better than that. Back he goes, comes back, slides a number over. I think you can do better than this. Come on, guys, you can do much better than this. What else can we do? Slide it back. And they come back and they slide it over and you're like, all right, now we're talking. This is where I wanted to be. This was my budget. And let's just say it's $950 a month. I'm just making a number up. I know how much it was, but more than that. $950 a month. Perfect. All right, let's do this. We'll take the car. So the car salesman starts pushing over all the bank financing paperwork. And I push it back to him. I said, we don't need that. What do you mean? We just went through all the stuff with the finance manager. I thought you were financing the car. I said, I am. But my bank is going to finance the car. I just wanted you to tell me how much my monthly payment was going to be back to my bank. You see? Now, we got the Porsche. I paid cash for the Porsche from my account, my bank. And then every month, I set up a bill pay for $950 back to my bank. You see, by doing this, folks, by buying cars this way, you will get all the money back for every car you ever buy, drive, and own because you're paying yourself back with principal and interest. I came up with the amount on that car by just having the car dealership tell me how much they would have financed the car for and what my monthly payment would be. You can do the same thing. It's fun, guys. It's fun. And the last thing is the hardest. So at $75,000, you're doing good. Okay, you're getting there, but you still got to live below your means. You see, there's no get-rich-quick solutions. None. Wealth is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And based on what we're just talking about, if you take one additional step and you watch my other videos let's just pause. Right now, click subscribe to this video. that little red button down at the bottom, subscribe to my channel, and click that little bell up top so that you get notified every time I put a new video out. I got lots of videos teaching you how you can be your own bank. We call it BYOB. Be your own bank. And we teach you the infinite banking concept, which I kind of showed you today, but we're missing the machine. The machine that's going to allow your money to earn a much higher return, allow your money to earn that compound interest. Because again, compound interest is one of the most powerful things in the financial world. You're just not tapping into it. Albert Einstein said, those that understand it, earn it. I want you to earn it. But he also said, those that don't, pay it. Up to this point, you've just been paying compound interest. So folks, real quick, let's go back to the top and let's just repeat and recap what I just told you. So you're making 75 grand. Great. The first step, the 10% rule. I call it the first law of wealth. You have to be saving 10% or keeping 10% of the money you make. That's $7,500. If you're not, get a second job, get a side hustle. So that number two, we can start by building wealth through your own debts and expenses, because now we got a savings. We can apply that savings to pay down debt. Remember, from lowest balance to highest. And we're going to recycle and recapture all the money that you were paying to somebody else's bank, and we're going to put it back in your bank, that segregated account. This is the foundation for number three, being your own bank. You want to be the bank. And number four, I showed you how to change the way you buy cars. I told you about the Porsche story, my wife's push gift, how I get all the money back for all the cars I ever buy, drive, and own. You can do the same thing. And number five, you got to live below your means. You got to understand that getting rich, it's not easy. It takes time. Wealth and getting wealthy, it's a marathon, not a sprint, because compound interest takes time. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this. And that $75,000 that you're making, it's going to go way up if you follow these simple steps. And if you like this video, check this one out. How much money do I need to get started with the infinite banking concept? Thanks for joining me today. We'll see you next time.